So welcome to Dudu Masters. And as Dudu Masters, we have mastered the skill of insect farming. That is black soldier fly farming and also red worms farming. Over here we have a simple black soldier fly cage where we shall take you through what normally happens in here and also educate farmers on how they can simply start with a very small cage to produce their own insects and also their own organic fertilizer at their farm.
So in this cage, you said it's purely black soldier fly.
Yes.
Why black soldier fly?
Now, black soldier fly is an insect that normally feeds on organic waste and it converts it into insect protein and also organic fertilizer. So it's a very good component to be added in any farm ecosystem so that we can be able to manage their waste. If you look at across Africa, majority of the challenges that our farmers are facing is waste management and expensive farm inputs, that is fertilizer and also the protein for the feeds. So black soldier fly provides that solution to farmers. You don't have to do it large scale, you can do it simply the way we have done it here. So for you to be able to contain the adult stage of the black soldier fly, this is the cage that you're supposed to have. It should be having the greenhouse paper to prevent rain from dropping inside. Then the insects are contained in an insect net that is white in color. So the reason why everything here is white in color is so that they can be able to draw enough sunlight, and that enables them to be able to mate. So they mate in here, then they lay the eggs. Then we collect the eggs, we introduce the eggs to the organic waste. Now this is what we call the eggies. This is where the black soldier fly normally lays the eggs, yeah? And if you can see, so the black soldier fly will not lay their eggs on such a surface. They prefer hiding their eggs so that they can be able to know that their eggs are free from predators. So that's why your unit, that is the eggie, should be in such a way that there is small spaces in between each and every eggie, in each and every wooden block here. So this is where they normally lay their eggs from. Then when you're collecting your eggs, you just put it down. Tiny, tiny eggs, you just scrap them. So a single fly lays about 800 eggs. And after a period of 15 days, they have cleaned up all the organic waste and they have provided the insect protein and also the organic fertilizer. So
in this setup here, what main product or what are you getting from whatever we have this greenhouse?
Yes, so from this particular greenhouse, we are getting the eggs. So we introduce the black soldier flies in here as the pupa stage, that is the cocoon stage. Mm-hmm. Then after introducing it as the cocoon stage, it emerges to become the flies that we can see all over. So on the third day, the flies start mating and then they start laying the eggs on the fourth day.
How many eggs or what the size of the farm that this size of structure can be able to work on? Or if I have a farm that I want to get the black soldier flies maybe for feeding and also for manure, in this structure, how big can my farm be?
Very good question. So for a farmer who has maybe 1 acre to 3 acres land, you can simply set up such a small unit here. This unit is 3 meters by 3 meters by 3 meters high. And from here, you can be able to collect every day 30 grams of eggs. So with 30 grams of eggs, you're able to get an average of 30 kgs of the insect protein every day and 100 kgs of the organic fertilizer every day. And
the feeding, I would like to understand the feeding procedure. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, when you talk of feeding, like we are used to feeding animals and it's on daily basis.
Yeah.
When it comes to black soldier flies, do we feed them on daily basis or how do we make them fed?
Okay. So yes, so there's a difference here. The black soldier fly, the adult stage, does not feed. It survives on water alone. So we provide for it water through soaked cloth or soaked cotton wool, like this. This is where they draw water from. So, and since they do not eat, they survive on water alone. It means the conditions in which they will survive very well is humidic areas with high humidity. And humidity of above 70%, 70 to 80%, the flies will perform better.
So that now shows me that in hot areas where we have low humidity, the black soldier fly cannot survive naturally unless the humidity is taken care of.
Yes, yes. So with such areas, what we normally do, we install climate controlled units that will be able now to control the climate and maintain it at a certain level where the flies can be able to perform well. But for a small scale farmer, that is a farmer who's having anywhere between 5 below acres of land, you can simply have such a unit and be able to seasonally harvest your black soldier flies. That's when the season is at peak level, and then you can store it for use when your season is low.
So that means Dudu Master is not just working in Kirinyaga and producing for the farmers of Kirinyaga. You help farmers set up this kind of system.
Yes, yes. So this is a simple system for any kind of a farmer who's starting. So if you're a beginner in this industry, insect industry, but as Dudu Masters Limited, we have done setups for large-scale farms across East Africa. We have done setups in Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, and even in Kenya.
And for the small-scale farmer, or for a farmer who has no knowledge about this, before you do the setup, is there training that you take them through, or in your farm, or you just set up and train them in their farm? What is the procedure or the protocol?
Oh yes, so a farmer who has no experience with insect farming, and also those who have experience with insect farming and would like to see practically how it happens, we normally offer training here at the farm. The trainings are mainly on Saturdays. So it's a 3-hour training where we take you through each and every step, and also the practicality of farming the black soldier flies and also the red worms.
And for the black soldier flies, where once you construct, you go to a farmer's farm and set up this kind of a setup. Do you I understand, do you supply them with the flies, or?
Oh yes.
Or what is the procedure also on that point?
So yes, as Dudu Masters, what we are offering is a fully integrated insect farm. That means we will come to your farm, assess what's there, what are the local materials that you have that we can use. Then we design and set up a complete insect farm. After designing and doing the setup, we introduce the insect colony. Now, insect colony is the starter kit, that is the eggs and also the red worms per kg that you're supposed to start with. Then also we shall be able to train your team. That is, if you have team at the farm, we take them through each and everything that normally happens practically. So it's a complete journey, and eventually what we are giving you is a fully integrated insect farm that you're comfortable running wherever you are. So we also have chatbots, WhatsApp chatbot, whereby whenever you have a question, you can just ask the chatbot and you can be able to be receiving these answers.
And sometimes when we buy things, there is a guarantee of maintenance and everything.
Yeah.
As Dudu Master, do you do your follow-ups and maintaining the structures and everything, or it's just sales, training, and you are done?
No, it's a journey that we work with the customer. So we shall take you through the whole journey. Any follow-ups, any maintenance that needs to be done, we shall always be there to offer that. Yeah, and we fully believe that each and every farm should incorporate insect farming in their ecosystem, simply because you're able to manage your farm waste. You're also able to produce protein, that is protein for your animal feeds, and you're also able to produce organic fertilizer, that is the first fertilizer, and also the vermicompost from the red worms, which are very good with treating your soils.
This is the starting point for worms?
Yes, for the red worms.
And for me, I'm seeing so many things that are confusing me here. Is this ready, or using its starting point?
This is now the starting point. It has actually been fed today. So what we do with the red worms, you collect your waste. That is plant waste and also cow dung, manure. You come and introduce it into your bed. Then you introduce your worms in there. So with the red worms, it's a bit simpler than the black soldier flies. Reason being, the red worms do not go through all the other stages, unlike the black soldier fly. Remember, the black soldier fly goes through the adult stage, that is the fly, the eggs, the larva, and also the pupa stage. With the red worms, the moment you introduce them in here, they multiply in here, and there's no different stages that you have to take them through. So everything happens in here. So they feed on this waste for a period of about 60 days. In those 60 days, you're able to harvest your vermicompost. So this specific bed can give you vermicompost of about 200 kgs. Yeah.
And when you say of harvesting the vermicompost, you harvest it in this form, or it's finer than the other one? Or how do I know now this is ready? Because I may decide to go and buy a vermicompost from from worms.
Yeah.
How do I know that this one is the best and it's purely from the worms?
Yeah. So the best thing to know if you're getting the ready vermicompost, the difference is normally with the smell. That's the simplest way you can be able to differentiate the two. So for example, this is cow dung. If you smell it, you can smell that it's stinking a bit.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
And
yes.
it's also a mixture of a lot of market waste that is already rotten. So when the worms are feeding on this, they remove all the smell and they remove all the germs. The end product that you're going to get, for example, in this particular bed here, so this is the poop from the worms. It's drier, and if you smell it, it doesn't smell.
And when the product is ready, when I'm ready now to start using this fertilizer, where do I take the worms? Or there is a way I'm going to sieve or to separate the worms from the manure?
Yes, you can. The moment you separate the worms from the manure, the worms that you get, you introduce into another bed and introduce more waste in there, and the whole process continues.
Does the manure that I use to the farm carries the worm with it all?
Oh yes, as a farmer, you will be able to get also bits of the eggs. Let me show you some eggs.
And for the leadworm eggs, do they need incubation, or the moisture condition or the condition of the manure or the fertilizer is good enough for them to help them hatch? Okay.
So now, if you remember back in the day, when you used to go to the farm, you would find the earthworms and the redworms in the soil. Their purpose was to feed on the waste that has been left, the farm waste that has been left in the farm, and also clean up diseases from your farm.
Yes.
Nowadays, due to the excessive use of chemical fertilizers, you no longer find these redworms and the earthworms in our soils. So what we are doing, when we are packaging our organic fertilizer, we are also adding bits of the eggs so that we can return them back into the soil, and the whole cycle of them clearing up farm waste and also being able to make your soils become healthier continues.
And is there any other product that we are getting from these worms, or it's purely the fertilizer alone?
So with the redworms, the main product that you're going to get from it is the organic fertilizer, that is the vermicompost. But you can also get your redworms and use them to feed fish. So any fish farmers, specifically catfish farmers, this is very good with your fish. Yeah.
Okay, and how long does it take for it to transform the cow manure or the waste product into the final product like the one we have here?
So it's a continuous process that you should be harvesting every month. So with one bed, you're able to harvest 100 kgs of your final product, that is the vermicompost. But the life cycle of a single redworm takes a period of 60 days.
Okay, just a concern. So during harvesting, you come and pick whatever is at the top because the worms are already down there?
Yes, they've already cleared up whatever is on top. So this is just their poop.
What is up here is not the manure that we put, is the poop from the worms.
Yes, and the poop from the worms is the original earth's fertilizer. This is how God created it to be. The worms to feed on waste and provide human being with organic fertilizer.
The nutritional content in it, what is in it that you can easily recommend to farmers to use?
So with vermicompost and also with the frass from black soldier flies, the most ideal nutrient that is in it is the microbiology. So these are the good bacteria, these are the good fungi that come and fight diseases from your crops. Yeah. So also it treats your soil in such a way that you see like the moisture content in it. The moment you introduce this in your soil, the water retention level of your soil is maintained at optimum. So you will not have to keep on irrigating your soil because already this fertilizer, this vermicompost, has given that ability to retain that water.
Do we have, in this vermicompost, is there any way that we can produce liquid foliar from the fertilizer maybe?
Yes.
How do you go about it?
So for you to be able to harvest liquid foliar, we are currently not doing it here, but for you to be able to harvest it, you're supposed to design a bed in such a way that it can drain the excess nutritional biofertilizer in somewhere where you can collect it.
For any farmer who is going commercial, because sometimes when we talk of organic farming, we think of kitchen garden and small scale farming. For a commercial farmer, is this practical to them or it's just for small scale?
It is very practical for them. For example, here we have 11 stands. Yeah? From these 11 stands, we are able to generate 5 tons of fertilizer every month. So any commercial farmer with 5 tons of fertilizer every month, you're good to go.
For any farmer who may decide not to set up this kind of a setup,
yeah,
can they get the solution, the fertilizers and the vermicompost from you?
Yes. We receive quite a number of farmers who are not really interested in the practicality of farming insects. And we normally provide to them now the fertilizers and also the insect protein at a fee.
Why convince me? I'm a farmer. Convince me, why should I come and buy that product from you? What is the benefit? Why should I not go to the normal manure we are used to go to manure?
So now, when we talk about organic fertilizer, majority of the farmers out here think that organic fertilizer is simply manure from our cows, manure from our chicken, manure from the goats and things like that. But ideally, manure from the cow, manure that has come directly from your cow, is normally full of pests and diseases that are normally translated to your plants. So when you take it through the insect system, that is the gut system of an insect, for example, the gut system of the redworms or the gut system of the black soldier fly larvae, it normally cleans out all the diseases. So these are the bad fungi, these are the bad bacteria that eventually affect your plants. So after treating all this, then you introduce it into your crops. Your crops eventually will not be affected by any pests and diseases. So when you're using the fertilizer from the worms, what you're doing, you're controlling your pests and diseases actually. You're controlling pests and diseases from your farm at an average of 70 to 80%. Yeah.
So, like for example, I know we have so many problems we've been able to solve from our farm point of view.
Yeah.
And we have other problems that we've not gotten a solution, like the wilting and everything. Is this product that you're giving farmers or whatever is being produced by the black soldier flies and also the worms, is it a solution that is coming to give us an extra therapy or an extra cure to whatever we are doing, or it is going to solve all the problems that we're already solving at the farm level?
So now, the product that we are getting here, that is the vermicompost and also the frost fertilizer from the black soldier flies, it's normally free from all diseases. And also the moment you introduce it into your soil, it treats your soil from diseases like the fungi, which normally cause nematodes that cause wilting to your crops.
Fungi which?
Nematodes that brings about wilting in your crops. So you see, for example, here in Kirinyaga, we call it modingido. In your tomatoes, in your potatoes, and also coffee is being affected by that. So when you're using this fertilizer, you're preventing these diseases from being caught by your crops.
And is it at planting, or a farmer that already experiencing it, as we speak, can be able to introduce it from the growing point and be able to curb the problem?
The best time to introduce the fertilizer to your crops was actually yesterday. You can be able to use it when you're farming, you can be able to use it when you're top dressing, you can always use it in your farm, because ideally what you're doing, you're treating your soil. And the moment you get healthy soils, you're able to get healthy plants, and eventually everybody is healthy.
So you are confidently sure this is the solution that we need?
This is the exact solution that everybody, every farmer needs. You do not have to buy fertilizers as farmers. Come and learn how you can farm insects to manage your farm waste and also be able to produce your own fertilizer at your farm level. That way, as a farmer, you're able to understand each and everything that goes to your farm and everything that you're producing from your farm. That traceability is very key, especially now that there is this whole paradigm shift towards organic fertilizer, and farmers and people, consumers, wanting to know what is this that we are eating. So as a farmer, the moment you're able to generate your own fertilizer, then you're able to convince a consumer that yes, I know what I put in my soil, I know what crop I put in my soil, and this is the product that we are getting. That's the way in which we are moving globally. So this is the right time for everybody out there to learn how they can make their own fertilizer comfortably at their homes. Yes.
To the product that you are using to treat the soil from black soldier fly, I would like to understand, because you told me that we get chicken feed and also you get the fertilizer from it.
Yeah.
How long does it take now from when I set up to when I get the product?
So that's dependent on the type of waste that you have. So another thing I need to iterate is, when you're farming the insects, that is the black soldier fly and the worms, waste is key. So the kind of waste that you're producing in your farm will also govern what type of insect that we need to introduce in your farm. Say for example, the type of waste that you have in your farm is waste like food waste. Yeah? Food waste works very well with black soldier flies. Chicken manure also works better with black soldier flies, yeah? But if you have waste like cow dung or plant waste, like now tomatoes, the hohos, the cucumbers, all those, the leafy vegetables, that does very well with redworms. So our very first assessment when you're coming to set up your farm is first to identify what type of waste do you have and what quantities of waste do you have. Then with that, we can be able to draw for you a fully timetable to dictate when and how you expect to harvest these quantities of your product. Kijijani vermicompost is what has been used in this whole farm. Nothing else, no chemicals, no pesticides, nothing has been used in this farm chemically. It's just the Kijijani vermicompost that was used during planting and also during top dressing.
And what has made it stand out to be the best? Because in my observation, I see the cabbage is in its good status, health-wise.
Yeah.
You've not used any chemical, you've not used any fertilizer, just Kijijani vermicompost.
Yeah.
What has made Kijijani vermicompost, or what is the secret in Kijijani vermicompost?
So the secret is the reduction in pests and diseases. If you can look at the cabbages here,
yes,
there's no pests, there are no diseases in them. So it has grown organically using the Kijijani vermicompost, making it even stronger as a stem on its own. The stems and the roots are very, very, very strong at the moment. So, and also its condition, it is strong enough to sustain any disease that may affect it.
Just to ask, I know it's a secret. What is in Kijijani that makes it, repels the pest?
We do have a compound that we have integrated in the vermicompost that helps with fighting pests and diseases, specifically the fungal diseases and also the bacterial diseases. Yeah.
How many times have you applied the fertilizer in this farm?
We have done it twice. We have done the Kijijani vermicompost twice. We did it during planting and we did it during top dressing, which was 2 days ago. After that, nothing else has been added. And
when using the Kijijani vermicompost, do I need to do the soil analysis so that I can be guided on what to do, or just from your guidance, even in my farm, I can use twice and it's enough for me?
Yeah, you can use it twice when you're planting, but you do not really have to do the soil analysis. Soil analysis, we offer that to farmers who really want to understand how their soil look like. Then we can also be able to curate a certain fertilizer for their specific soils. Yeah, but ideally with the Kijijani vermicompost, any type of soil, any farmer out there, you can be able to use it as it is.
And sometimes I understand that we have so many problems, and when we talk of organic farm produce, it comes with so many advantages.
Yeah.
Among them, the nutritional value, the taste and everything. To Kijijani vermicompost, do we have anything that is giving, any extra thing that is giving advantage to the farmer and to the consumer, or is just a normal?
Now,
Yes.
what Kijijani vermicompost is doing, it treats your soil. It retains your soils, so your soils become healthy. Once you have healthy soils, the plant will draw the nutrients that it requires. So if it's a plant that will give you protein, say for example the beans, it definitely have increased protein value. If it's a plant that's supposed to give you nutrition, for example vitamin K, it will be increased because it has drawn it directly from the soil as the plant itself needs. Yes, when you look at the taste of food, chemical fertilizers are really affecting the taste of the food, yeah, through the acidity and things like that. So with the Kijijani vermicompost, it has cleaned up all that, yeah. Your soil, the balance, the acidity of the soil is lower. And now when you plant with the Kijijani vermicompost, the product that you're getting out of there is the real taste of the food, with your tomatoes, with your fruits, and even with your vegetables.
And can I call my product that I'm producing in my farm after you've taken me through the whole process Kijijani, or the Kijijani is purely for Dudu Master?
Kijijani is for Dudu Masters. In case another farmer out there whom we have offered the full integrated insect farm would like to produce a product like Kijijani vermicompost, we offer what we call, so what we are doing, we have the franchise model that we are collaborating with large-scale farmers. And in case a farmer would like to produce a product like Kijijani vermicompost, we offer to them all our processes, we offer to them all our ingredients, and then the end product that they're going to generate is exactly as Kijijani vermicompost. And that way they attain the right to produce Kijijani vermicompost.
Any farmer who may be interested in getting Kijijani vermicompost, where do they get it?
So a farmer who's interested to get Kijijani vermicompost can reach out to us. We offer delivery services. A 50 kg bag costs 2,500 Kenya shillings. Yeah, so anywhere we have delivered across East Africa. We've sent the products to Uganda, to Tanzania. So whoever is interested can reach out.
Which number, using which number to call?
Yes, so our number is 0757 077 771. Kijijani vermicompost is an organic fertilizer that will increase your farm yields by up to 47%. The product is organic, it's made from the worms, and you can use it anywhere in your farm. You can use it to farm coffee, you can use it for vegetables, any type of crop that you have in your farm.